and welcome. My name is Nadia, your guide to better skin naturally without aggressive treatments or marketing gimmicks. My work centers around helping you understand why your skin behaves the way it does, so you can support it without shortcuts or ingredients that will age it long term. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that most women notice at some point, but for some reason we're noticing earlier and earlier in life, and that is crepey skin. That thin, papery, crinkled, textured skin that appears sometimes slowly and sometimes overnight. Most people think that crepey skin, it's just dry skin or it's just normal aging, but it's not. Crepey skin has very little to do with the surface. It's caused by factors that are much deeper than skin structure, and that includes every single structure of our body, including the bone, the muscle, the fascia, and the fat pads. Let's break it down. Have you ever seen someone that's maybe in their 70s or even 80s that's gotten a facelift, and now there is not a single wrinkle on their face, but they still look aged? And that's because the volume under the skin disappears. So when the bone is resorbing, the muscle is being lost, we're losing those contours of the face, and so the skin sags over that because of the lack of those structures that kept it plump. So Botox is not going to cut it here, filler, or even facelift. So for example, crepey skin that's on the neck is just excess skin that was on the face that's now hanging down. Let's cover the 4 main reasons why that support system under the skin weakens. The first one is the obvious, and this is the one that we all know and have been told, and that's the collapse of collagen and elastin. And that doesn't just happen because of biological age or even the sun. It happens because of inflammation, stress, and hormonal shifts. So there are many things here that are under our control. Collagen gives the skin its strength, and then elastin gives it its bounce and stretch. When either of them gets weaker or fragile, of course the skin is going to be impacted and it's going to lose its bounce and glow. The second reason is something most people have not heard about, and that's the organizing system inside your skin. Think of collagen like threads. They need to stay woven together. They start off pretty tight, but with poor sleep, excessive sun exposure, inflammation, poor diet, stress, that organizing system weakens. The third reason of that collapse or crepey skin is the loss of hydration within the connective tissues underneath the skin. And let's not confuse this with surface moisture. This is affecting the fascia. It's that thin layer of fat that's beneath the skin. There's also fascia that's inside our bodies, in between organs. It's like a water reservoir. When it's filled with hydration and water, it stays nice and plump, so it's an additional support system to our skin. You'll see that there is a lot more bounce, but when it dries out, the skin collapses onto it. That of course creates that creased wrinkle texture. Fascia dehydration can happen from poor sleep, stress, hormonal shifts, even over-exercising without enough recovery. But that also happens from low omega-3 fatty acids and low electrolytes in our bodies. The fourth reason is the loss of energy within the cell itself. Your skin relies on tiny energy factories called the mitochondria. They power repair, collagen production, elasticity, and hydration. When energy is low from stress, lack of sleep, blood sugar instability, nutrient deficiencies, and illness, repair slows, so it doesn't keep up with the collagen breakdown that happens from normal aging. And this is exactly why many of us experience that crepiness during periods of stress or illness. Now that we understand some reasons why we get crepey skin, let's talk about those little triggers that can speed it up. Fluctuating blood sugar plays a major role in creating that crepey skin because it causes glycation, which makes your collagen really stiff. This makes the skin a lot less elastic, so it becomes a lot more prone to crepiness. And then you have that chronic stress, which I mentioned, and that releases cortisol, which is the biggest enemy of our skin. It's detrimental to pretty much every single structure. And then you have low protein intake, which is very common amongst most of my clients. That's the first question I always ask: how much protein do you intake in a given day? Your body simply needs those amino acids to rebuild collagen, and amino acids come from what? Protein. And then you have the low intake of moisturizing factors such as omega-3 fatty acids. They're a must. You got to eat your good fats every single day, and then reduce the things that dry up your skin. So all these retinoids that are so popular for skin renewal, they dry up your entire system. So any type of vitamin A must be utilized responsibly in low doses. To summarize all this, crepey skin is caused by weaker structures of the body, less hydration, slower repair of tissues, and mechanical support loss from that decline in muscle underneath the skin. Now let's get to the good part. How do we improve it and how do we prevent it from happening early in the first place? You probably already guessed it. It's common sense. We need to rebuild those systems. First step is to rebuild that bone and muscle. And you can only do that with exercise. So you got to be walking every day. Anytime you're strengthening the muscle, you're strengthening the bone. Strength exercise. How do you do strength exercise for the face? That is chewing. We have lots of muscles on our face, so we need to be chewing using the masseter. It's this big strong muscle on the cheeks, and in our modern day we're drinking smoothies, consuming soft foods like potatoes and mac and cheese and so on. We got to go back to actually those crunchy foods. We need to eat apples, not juice them, carrots, and so on. A blend of vitamin D, K2, and magnesium is essential for everyday supplementation to rebuild that bone. You're going to need creatine to strengthen your muscle and amino acids to rebuild it. So going back to a diet that's high in high quality protein like salmon and grass-fed beef. Second is supporting that cellular energy, and you can do that with a couple different modalities. The first one is red light therapy. It's going to infuse your mitochondria with energy so that they can work faster and more efficiently. And the second way is through supplementation. So if you're taking NR or NMN, they will help boost that energy from the inside out. Third is utilizing a modality such as micro or nanocurrent, which will help increase circulation within the skin, bringing nutrients to the surface, as well as tone that muscle. By the way, I'm linking up my favorites in the description below with discount codes when available. Next is the consumption of good quality fats like avocado, fatty fish like sardines and salmon, olive oil, and an omega-3 supplement, which serves as both anti-inflammatory as well as your internal moisturizer. We have a huge problem today with the lack of minerals. Our bodies absolutely need minerals to recharge. And also our water needs minerals to be absorbed. Otherwise, if you're drinking dead water, it's depleting your body of minerals. If you're using filtration systems, which you should, you have to remineralize your water. And I also recommend adding electrolytes or sea salt to your water regularly. Next is to support your repair, to allow your body to start repairing damaged tissues, damaged collagen and muscle. So if you work out really hard during the day, you're not going to rebuild that muscle while you're working out. You're repairing it and building it at night when you're resting. Same goes for your collagen. So you got to work on your sleep hygiene and ensure that you're getting that deep and REM sleep every single night. I have a video that's dedicated to beauty sleep that's full of recommendations on how to get that optimal sleep. From a topical skincare perspective, simplicity is key. What I see today, a big mistake that most people make, and I've dealt with thousands of consumers over the last 30 years, is that they overdo their skincare. They think more is better. They're buying all these products, anything that anybody recommends on social media, and they're layering a ton of different serums and creams and eye creams and so on with lots of drying alcohols. Remember, every single product needs a preservation system. Those preservation systems are harsh on the skin and they break it down eventually. A lot of those products also have fragrance, they have essential oils. And so not only you're providing the key ingredient that's being advertised, but also all of the other ingredients that are supportive of the formula itself. And those are the ones that totally damage your skin. Many of those preservatives and harsh ingredients strip your skin of its lipid barrier, which is its protective layer. I see this also with prescription retinoids. So with skincare, you got to use less and be very methodical. Less does not mean you skip actives. You want to select products that are clean, that don't use harsh preservatives, and that have all the actives that you need within 1 or 2 serums. You can check out my recommendations on my website, thebeautydoctrine.com, where I have curated bundles, I have guides, curation of products that I vetted to have the best ingredients possible without all the carcinogens, hormonal disruptors, irritants, and so on. And if you want to shop outside of my website, that's fine. I created a second website, which is thebeautydoctrine.reviews.com, where I'm currently vetting all of the different products that are available in the market. So if you have a product you like or you're curious about, you can go on there and see my rating for that specific product. If you don't see a rating for your specific product, there is a way you can request that product to be vetted. Your body wants to recover, your skin wants to recover, you just need to create that environment. And what we're doing today is what we are overwhelming our bodies with toxins and ingredients they do not recognize. So very often while we're trying to do a good thing, we're actually causing a lot of damage and inflammation. I've created so many guides to help everyone with their specific skin concerns. They are free. If you'd like access to any of the guides, just comment guide and I'll be happy to send it to you. For clean, toxin-free skincare and internal support, courses, and so on, visit thebeautydoctrine.com. For product reviews, visit thebeautydoctrine.reviews.com. I hope this video was of value to you. Please subscribe or become a paid member by clicking join right here. Until the next video, be well, be safe, be beautiful. Take care.